Was sneaky with that.
Right, but it's like, don't put that nigga in the picture right next to fucking Michael T. Williams. Racist motherfuckers.
All right. What the fuck was that sound? That yours?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm about to say, nigga, I don't think nothing that I own makes those noises. Hold on, let me drop in here real quick.
Actually, it almost feel like it shouldn't have, because I could have swore it shit said it was mute. Yeah, see, that's a laptop sound, but at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. Whatever. My love.
Boom. All right. We're live. We're live. We're live and now on Twitch. Hey. You about to have that up on Facebook?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I will load up the YouTube. Because why not? Which I believe we're live on. Yes, we are. It's going. And again, don't you worry about the gang. All right. It is time to get it cracking like a stripper butt. I'll say let you mute that if need be.
Yeah, I already muted everything, so yeah,
Oh, okay,
it seems
okay,
to be good.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's do it. And a 3 and a 2. What up, though, my G's? It is BKA Watts, one half of the Blerds and Clips podcast right here on the Pro 3 ENT network in a different location today. Look, don't ask no questions, and I ain't gonna have to tell y'all nothing. But as always, I have delivered another flawless, repetitious intro, sitting here with my partner in crime / rhyme.
What up, my G's and you virgins and virginettes and raisinets and, you know, that was pretty corny. Whatever.
Raisinets, nigga?
Yeah, nigga, whatever. It's Vigatron.
I hate you.
Yeah, Vigatron, move on with life.
All right, man. So look, y'all know what it is, man. Blerds and Clips, our TV, movie, gaming, and whatever the hell else we feel like talking about podcasts. If you are tuned in with us right now, obviously, baby, we live. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitch. We are on Facebook. You can tap in with us live every Saturday when we do the podcast and interact with us. If you want to just check it out on all, and I mean all streaming services, you can just wait until Sundays or whatever other day of the week you feel like tuning in with us. But we, of course, appreciate y'all tuning in with us live and supporting the channel. If you are on Twitch, you can follow, and you also can subscribe, which would monetarily support us. If you have Amazon Prime, they will pay for this shit for you. So you actually can subscribe to us for free, and that still will help pay the gang. So go ahead and do that. Now, of course, if you got questions, concerns, comments, show topics, send those over to us at blerdsandclips@gmail.com. And as always, I have to say things like, we got a great show lined up for you guys today.
Yes, you are correct, sir.
So, my G, what's going on? How's your week? How was your, I know you had something else going on yesterday.
Yes, you are correct, oh Funk Master. I'm the Ed McMahon to your Johnny Carson, sir.
Okay. So it was last night. How was that?
It was complicated.
Okay. It's like, okay. Like, what kind of relationship is that to have with music?
First of all, I can't talk about it on air. So that's number one.
Okay.
number
Fine.
one. Thank you, my nigga. Number two, I've also been told, I've been told this frequently. So the reason why we do the podcast, and I know when we get like this and you can listen to my velvety voice, I know
Smooth.
how
Buttery.
good it sounds. I've been told many a times that my voice is absolutely immaculate and can create the sploosh. And I've been told this recently, again, by someone else that just started watching the pod, or listening to the pod, I should say. So,
Well, they can do both.
yeah, this is all for the splooshers out there. But, yeah, as soon as I can get my body to match
The velvety voice.
the splooshness, nigga,
Then it's
it's on
going.
crack. Anyway.
Yo, listen, I definitely had a conversation in a room on one of these
Was it
social
gay?
audio apps.
Was it gay? Oh,
No. No.
I just figured I'd ask. I mean, you know,
No, I promise.
nothing wrong with being gay, but I mean, you
Hey,
know,
not at all. Look, shout out to the LG HDTV community. Y'all know what it is. That's the gang. We respect it. J Stu was popping my G.
you know, if you ain't out there sucking dick in the parking lot, maybe you should get to sucking dick in the parking lot.
Right.
See,
Right.
that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, wait. You mean you not sucking dick in the parking lot? Crazy.
Yeah, you niggas is suspect. Just suck dick in the parking lot. Don't,
That's
don't
all
be
you got.
suspect.
Yeah, that's all you got to do with it.
Damn, that's all we asking. Just damn. Suck that dick. That dick ain't gonna suck itself.
Nah, especially not in the parking lot. That's prime location.
Ooh, I was about to say something else fucked up, but I'm not. What up, J Stu? Another off-camera scenario.
Hey, listen, man.
That shit triggered me the other day. But anyway,
We don't. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna try to remember what it was. But it's another personal gripe about something. But yeah, anyway.
For sure.
This is not the place for that.
Last week, y'all know we were super busy in life, real life, and didn't get to watch too much. This week, fortunately, we did get to catch, some content that we can cover and talk about with you guys. Plus, we got a new thing that we're going to start and spend a little bit of time on. We're going to blast through it. I already have some tentative pre-list prepped, but we are about to start going through the past 10 years and figure out which was the best year of the past 10 years for movies. Then, maybe down the line we'll do the same thing for gaming and maybe the same thing for TV. But I definitely know that that's going to be an interesting thing that we will be touching on today. Vig, I want to start with, did you get a chance to watch any of the other shit that you were going to watch yesterday?
Nigga, life.
I feel you, because I didn't either.
Right. I know you didn't, because you didn't hit me up to get
true.
that shit. So I was like, nigga, I got a million. So the atypical thing, of course, what happens when you're trying to, get ready for a show and sit like that. And, as an old nigga, you be like, yeah, I'm about to take this nap. And then somebody calls you. And it's like, well, I guess I ain't going to get that nap now, ain't I? Or watch anything that I was going to watch. So, no, I didn't watch a goddamn thing except the one thing that, that doesn't count because we saw that together.
Yeah.
Technically.
Unexpectedly, though.
Right. So, yeah, we didn't even plan that shit. So then, yeah, I saw nothing else other than. So even if I'm thinking of what else I watched through the week, I don't know what the fuck that is other than Deadwood and Dave. And I only just watched, I watched the episode of Dave, yesterday. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I think I watched some more Trigun. Outside of that, nothing really major or significant. I'm continuing my binge through Yu Yu Hakusho again, and that's whatever. But this week was definitely like the road to Suicide Squad, the road to the Suicide Squad, should I say? And that was where I was.
Well, there is a difference.
Yeah, there's. Is there really? I mean, like, there. Okay, so should we just cover this now?
thought that was the point because I don't know what else we covering if we ain't getting right into that.
Not even going to argue with you, dog. So listen, the Suicide Squad has officially hit the theater. You also can watch that joint at the crib on HBO Max because, you know, we're continuing through our year of HBO or WB releasing their pieces day and date. So everything is in the theater and on HBO Max at the same time. You can watch this joint at the crib. James Gunn wrote and directed this joint. At the point when cancel culture, which is why we've been cracking cancellation jokes and such, cancel culture got a hold of James Gunn's tweets from 2007 and 2008 and said, he said insensitive things, cancel him. Marvel, Disney, being who they are, being the family-friendly company, etc., so on and so forth, said, all right, we have to break ties with this motherfucker because the heat is on his back over tweets from when he was a young, immature man, which is, you know, whatever, because nobody ever makes mistakes in their past. I did. Hey, you know, some people are flawless like that. I'm
wrong. I probably fucked something I shouldn't have. You know
See?
What?
There you go.
Let's move on.
So he was let go from Marvel. They released My G and broke their tie with him, which was short-lived in all actuality. They wanted to bring him right the fuck back. But, of course, they did that shit to save face. And in doing so, that allowed him to go run free and do whatever the fuck he wanted to. Warner Brothers swooped the fuck in and said, hey, fuck that shit they talking about. We want you to come work with us. Offered that man not only the bag, but they also offered that man the option to choose any property that he wanted. And they also gave him an R rating to do what he so pleased. He chose Suicide Squad and decided to follow up with that. It is technically a sequel. Yeah, I guess. But there are characters who definitely made it to the end of the first movie who just don't exist at all in this movie. So what the fuck ever. I guess Amanda Waller picks and chooses her teams based on the different missions that she sends them on.
Well, that's actually facts.
Yeah, so that's cool. It's just there were still some characters that I did like there were some things that occurred in the first movie that I would have liked to see expound upon in this movie, but they just completely said fuck it and went with just a whole new story.
Interesting, because I can't think of a motherfucker I like. Well, you mentioned it like that.
I'm like Diablo. I thought the Diablo character was dope.
Yeah, but he didn't make it out of that anyway.
But I mean, I felt like that was like a kind of self-sacrifice situation. But
I guess
it's comic book movies, so it's vague to me.
Watch me flame on, Holmes.
Yeah,
you like that shit. All right. Anyway.
That was okay. If he said that, I would have hated it.
As far as I'm concerned, he did. Whether he did or not.
Them niggas definitely became his family by the end of the movie, though, for sure. Pineapple Chris, what up, though?
What up, Tezo?
That's my bruh. So yeah. The thing is with this one, I saw some reactions coming out of it right when the embargo lifted. I saw some reviews before going in, just a few, from folks who I respect their opinion for the most part. And everybody has just said that this shit is just great. So I went in probably with my expectations too high. And as we talked about, I don't know if it's that this shit wasn't actually that great or if it...
Hold up. Before you even finish, I'm going to sidebar because of the fact that I was thinking like, all right, I was going to prep Jay Stu for your review. And then I look in this shit in the chat and this motherfucker says 2016 was fire.
I think he means the year when we were talking about the best year of the past 10.
Clarify, Jay Stu.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because before we even mentioned Suicide Squad, he put that in there.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Let me retract my statement. And hello, Pineapple Chris, and it's Uncanny Annie, whoever that is. I think I may have.
Annie, what up?
That's what to say. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't even see that because it looks different over here on the screen for whatever reason. Yeah, I didn't even see her speak. Annie, what up, though? So
Oh, I know who that is.
Who?
It's Uncanny Annie. Or am I wrong?
That's Annie from England.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the homie.
Turkish Delights.
Turkish Delight. Yeah. We I ain't gonna lie, like I've been eating more of them hoes since the initial first try. And every time step one comes to the house, he be like, hey, can I get a couple of them? Like, go ahead, my G. She sent me 3 boxes. So
That's what's up. That means his palate is trash. Anyway. All right.
I had did a video like eating them joints and had put that was like one of the last things I put up on my Facebook before it got hacked. So I don't know if anybody even actually saw it. But yeah.
Okay, but you were saying.
So Suicide Squad. Again, I don't know if this is a thing where the movie wasn't that great for me, or if it's just that I don't like James Gunn's style. And I'm kind of leaning towards that because as much as everybody fucking raves over Guardian of the Galaxy 1, and didn't so much rave over Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but still really fucked with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And both of those movies for me were mid as fuck. I felt like this low-key was too, even with blood, guts, cuss words, and I laughed quite a few times. I still walked out of that shit like, okay. And that's as spoiler-free as I can be.
All right, you done hating?
All
right.
I think so.
So even still, you said that you're still leaving up out of this with a positive review. You see that?
Yeah.
All right. So I did not, especially when I like a trailer, I'm not watching any of the reviewers, whether we like them or not, or whoever individually. I don't say like we tied at the fucking hip. So anyway, I did not purposely to say, no, I'm going to go into it and it's going to be whatever it is. And I went into it as of when you say, yeah, people liked Guardians 1 and okay with 2 or whatever. Yeah, I'm people, nigga. So,
for sure.
But you know that. So nonetheless, me coming away from it was, I didn't think it was as funny as I was hoping it was going to be. For all intents and purposes, I mean, the action was okay and everything. Like I said, it had its moments. I did not dislike it. I would recommend it because I think some people may like it better than us. But again, your James Gunn blasphemy and just straight up disrespect has to end at some point.
I low-key want to watch more of his movies so that I can perhaps get a better grasp.
I don't know what else other than Slither and Super, and I've watched Super and I didn't really make it through the shit. So, and I never saw
that's the
Slither.
thing. People always talk about Super and Slither, and I'm like, oh, all right, so maybe I should check those joints out. So I've been, like considering just to try to get a better grasp of this man's style. Like I genuinely just don't understand it. I don't get it. He's not good to me.
I think he's good, like I said, but it's hard to gauge. And mind you, people, you're listening. I got to tell you, it is damn hard. It is damn hard to gauge and really pinpoint how you can get into the understanding and heart of an android such as Watts. This nigga don't even cry. So
no,
you're not even human, nigga. I'm trying to reason. I'm trying to figure out how did this robot gain sentience and start watching movies, and I start doing podcasts with this nigga. So I don't know. You the fucking Tin Man, nigga. You don't have a heart, so I don't know. So I understand you got what you got, but yeah, like I said, I don't want to really play you like that because that rides that fine line of like that's like us shitting on who's that piece of shit, Tyler Perry. Unless he wants to hire me for an acting job, then I take back and will apologize for everything I said. He makes shitty movies, nigga.
But he ain't gotta be. I mean, I never said he was a piece of shit though.
I said this.
I'm saying like, damn, what are you like by making shitty movies? He a piece of shit. I ain't gonna argue with you.
Yeah, I mean, shit, whatever. This is what we do. So like I said, you gonna hate on James Gunn, the same thing. But I'm saying it rides that fine line of us, critiquing the idea that somebody's going to like what they like. So yeah, if it doesn't do it for you, it just doesn't do it for you. Like I said, for the most part, it does it for me. But I think Guardians 1 was very on point. Guardians 2 lost a little bit, but still very entertaining. And like I said, it definitely had its moments. It had its definitive moments that I can still remember now. And mind you, I only watched it that night. Then I came home and stayed up late enough that I had the shit playing while I was asleep. So I kind of had it in the background a couple of times. But I mean, for me, it was definitively entertaining enough. But I think other people other than us will love it. Because y'all the same niggas that like Coming to America and shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Coming to America niggas gonna love this for no reason at all. It's like, it really, but this shit really, in a lot of ways, it's like everybody's like, from what I'm seeing though, because then of course I go on, actually start to like actively watch reviews after the fact. And a lot of people were just like, man, it's just so much better than the first one. But when I thought about it, I do that. The fucking movies. I found so many fucking similarities to the first movie. Outside of the obvious shit. Amanda Waller doing her best, angry Oprah Winfrey. Whatever. Ragtag crew of motherfuckers. This shit genuinely opens up, introduces us to a bunch of fucking characters, puts together the team, sends niggas out and blows them the fuck up and kills everybody. The exact same thing they did in the first one. Okay. At some point, we get the team fighting the fucking faceless army of whoever, the faceless army. Same fucking thing. Like, we definitely had character moments that were set up that were then contradicted. So, for example, Idris' daughter, not even no big spoiler shit. Idris' daughter comes to see him while he's in prison, and immediately they get on the fucking little phone through the glass, and it's like, yo, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I ain't want you, little bitch. And she like, nigga, you a fucking piece of shit, my G. Which I would eat for breakfast. The nigga, you trash. You a fucking shitty father. My mom ain't here no more. Yeah, well, the bitch shouldn't be here. She's supposed to be dead. Fuck her, fuck you. And they literally fuck you back and forth to each other, hang up the phone, and she fucking leaves. I didn't want a daughter. I ain't want no fucking kid. I ain't asked you to be here, little bitch. I had told you, don't come see me here. Don't talk to me. It ain't shit for you here. Go off to an orphanage.
Okay. How was that like the first one?
No. I'm past that part now. Because what I'm saying is, the contradictory shit. So then immediately turns around and Amanda Waller goes, if you don't join the Suicide Squad, we're going to put your daughter in jail. And the nigga goes from, fuck you, little bitch, go to an orphanage, eat a dick, don't ever come see me, I ain't want you, to grabbing a weapon to threaten the bitch with, like, you're threatening my daughter.
That was pretty good. That's why I fucking hate you. Anyway,
so but what I'm saying, but in that, now bringing it back to similarities, Will Smith's character in the first joint, we want the nigga who's good at weapons and can hit anything from anywhere. And how do we get him? Threaten this kid. It's all the same shit from the first one. That's the only reason Will Smith did the shit, was for his kid. It's the only reason Idris did it, was for his kid.
They didn't threaten his kid. And my argument with the Idris shit is that, or Bloodsport, as he was in the movie, is he was still being more extra angry because of the fact that he wanted to make a separation between them, saying, I told you not to... I told you not to follow me because basically I'm a piece of shit. So he's trying to distance himself and saying, go have a better life and stop dealing with me. That's how I'm reading that shit. So I don't think he didn't care. It was just more
right.
Like,
so that was the difference. It was to get the black dude on the team. We use his child.
Well, I'm sure we could argue that if there was going to be a outline of this that James Gunn started writing, that he was thinking to himself like, well, is Will Smith going to come back? And then maybe the powers to be said, nah, he's not. Or maybe he refused to do it. And they said, well, now we got to find another character to basically fill that void So they picked Bloodsport this time because it wasn't. He didn't do damn near anything that fucking Deadshot wouldn't have done, other than the fact that Deadshot is just more about shooting shit. But I mean,
yeah, and
I just looked at it as interchangeable.
And he was just more about shooting shit, but it just didn't have to necessarily specifically be with a gun. It literally could have been anything.
Right.
Like a turkey sandwich transforms into a deadly projectile when he touches it. Oh, fucking K. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I like quite a few parts of this. Yes, it is contradictory, man. What are you talking about? Listen, okay. No, he wasn't. All right. That ain't what they established at all. They established eat a dick, get away from me, leave me alone. When I wasn't in here, I didn't want you, and I didn't have you, and I ain't want shit for you.
Yeah, not only is Watts the king of nitpicking, but he's also the overlord of oversimplification.
Because when you break it down to the simplest factor, that's just what it is. It's get the black dude on the team by threatening his child. That is it, because it's no matter what other layers you stack on top of it, that's what it is.
So hold up. So that bothers you, but you'll watch horror movie after horror movie incessantly with basically the same fucking premises and be like, you're okay with that. You that fucking dog sitting around the fire going, this is fine.
But see, this is the difference though. This is the difference. When you're going into especially a slasher, nigga, you know what you're getting.
So I'm saying, so what is the big difference here? We're talking about a comic movie.
When is the last time niggas came out and put out rave reviews about a slasher? I expect more.
I understand this, but
from
again,
from y'all Guardian.
I'm looking at. I don't even put it on that thing about James Gunn. I'm looking at, if anything, with the Suicide Squad is it's a reprieve from so much bad press and critical gauge from all of the other previous movies. It's like if you get, I don't know, let's say it's like saying you got head so bad. I don't know why the fuck I always make my goddamn analogies fucking sexual.
They're about that topic. And it must be sloppy.
But it's like about getting the absolute worst head in the world, and then when you come around and you get some decent head and you're like, yo, this was the bomb, because you were so used to something so bad. And it doesn't mean that fair to middling head wasn't great, or wasn't good at least, but you're saying, hey man, why did you say that this was that great when it was just aight? That's what I'm saying. So I think the reviews, but again, like I said, that was on you for watching the reviews. I was just like, I'm gonna make my own decision based on I'm doing the thing that I like to do. I like to not watch the reviews until I watch the movie, and then I'll watch the reviews after to see if I agree. But I don't, even if they're not spoiling anything, I usually don't even want to necessarily get.
Yeah, but that was the whole thing. Nobody spoiled nothing. I didn't see any of that going into it.
I get you, but what I'm saying is a lot of times when I watch our reviewers, whoever we like, when I watch it before I see a movie, sometimes I'm watching it because I'm on the fence about whether or not if it's going to be as good as people are saying it's going to be or anticipating it to be. So sometimes I'm curious as to how they feel about it before going in, but at the same time, I'm not really making my decision on that because ultimately, I'm going to make my decision anyway once I actually see the shit. And just to make sure I don't miss out, Tezo say we don't like nothing. And he likes Tyler Perry movies, no less. But
yeah, and that's exactly why I don't trust shit that nigga says.
I can feel it. I just wanted to make sure that didn't go unchallenged. My brother, I
love that nigga.
I just wanted to make sure that did not go unchallenged, and I will let that be known that was said in the chat. So yeah. But yeah, that's my thing. It's like I said, I think the hype killed you more than anything else.
I know, but see, that's the thing. I came out of this knowing that the hype was a factor, and also the only other thing that I feel like could be a factor is either the movie wasn't that great or I just don't like James Gunn's style. Now, it genuinely could be a combination of the three. That's where I'm trying to fucking pinpoint the shit too. Because what is it? Because if I've seen now 3 movies by this man, and wasn't really moved by any of the three of them. That tells me that I don't fuck with James Gunn's style.
Like I said, you may not. I didn't watch. I was expecting to love Super, and like I said, I would need to go back to watch it because that's how much I didn't pay attention to it the first time I tried to make it through.
Yeah, see that also doesn't bode well for my thoughts diving further into his fucking filmography. So this is the thing. Is it really that much better than the first one?
It definitely is, yes, because I rolled my eyes significant amounts of fucking times for that first one. I did not roll my eyes not once in this new one.
Okay, I feel you. So problems with the first one because everybody across the board agreed that the character work was dope. They thought Will Smith bodied his shit. They thought Margot Robbie bodied her shit, so on and so forth. Niggas thought that they had good character shit. So then what are the issues?
So Will Smith playing Will Smith, this good character shit, huh?
That's what everybody. I'm going off everybody else because you know me. I'm trying to take myself out of this right now.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody said Will Smith was dope. Margot was dope. I don't even remember who the fuck else was even in that shit now. Because it was ass.
I'll give it to Margot, and thus that same thing of always proving that Jai Courtney is okay when he's in an ensemble.
Hey yo, all right, no spoilers. So whatever. So, because I also felt like he was good in this.
Right.
Yeah, I felt like he was good in this new one. But what are the problems with the first one? Mediocre ass story.
The dialogue was absolutely horrendous.
Dialogue was weak. We got the heroes of the show, of the movie, the protagonists, fighting a faceless army.
Sky Beam,
bitch
pop locking,
and the wiggly enchantress bitch. Right. So also those fucking, what do you call it? Shit's like the Diablo shit. Even if he made the option to sacrifice himself, it didn't have to be for family because these niggas wasn't family. It could have just been because I have a fucking demon in me and I murdered my family, and if one of us got to go, I'll let it be me.
Oh, plus I want to say also that there was not one action set piece in Suicide Squad that was memorable to me to be like, oh, that was cool. And I worked with a nigga that when that came out, he was talking about the whole shit of Deadshot shooting all the the
faceless
motherfuckers. Like that was cool to you? Just him on top of a car just shoot like that did it for you. That got your dick hard. All right.
But again, bruh, Idris had the exact same scene in this. He just wasn't on the car, which actually makes it less cool. Like
in a way, yes, but I'm saying, but take that away from it and still not spoilery. Like the camp scene.
That's the best scene in the movie, dog.
It is, but that's my point. You remember it. There is nothing from Suicide Squad that I'm like, yo, that was cool.
For sure.
There are a few things from the Suicide Squad that I'm like, okay, that I remember that. On top of the fact that the humor being bare, like I didn't laugh at anything in Suicide Squad. I know this is fucking weird and confusing to people that don't know the difference,
right?
But and so Suicide
These
Squad
niggas better be able to keep up.
Right,
no, fuck the bullshit.
If we say Suicide Squad, we're talking about 2016. If we say the Suicide Squad, we're talking 2021. So.
That's not our fault. That's fucking
right,
Warner Brothers. Okay, them niggas can eat dick. They should have put a 2 on the end of that shit,
pretty much,
instead of a the in the front of it.
Right. So I mean, Suicide Squad, like I said, it had so many selections of things that I was like, this is dumb. And I remember I was there on a date, no less, and I remember just everybody walking out. Oh, that's right, we were there together, too. Ironically, yeah,
absolutely.
And I just remember us leaving out of there just like, yeah, that was kind of whack. But like I said, it bothered me. This one, there was nothing that really bothered me other than it just wasn't extra as far as it just being something that just really, overly impressed me. I guess I was really looking to be impressed and just really, but like I said, I had definitive moments of I laughed. I had definitive moments of stuff that I thought was cool. I just thought it was going to be more than that. I'm okay with it kind of being mid, but no, it's not like the genius of James Gunn, like your boy John Campea wants to talk about. Talking about like, yeah, I don't get that from it, but neither do I. I'm still, for all intents and purposes, if we were certified for Rotten Tomatoes, we're still giving it a fresh rating because it's still positive rating and saying, yeah, you could go see it. I'm just saying, like I said, I think there are a lot of people that will like it better than we did, but I didn't have as much of a problem with it. It's just that it wasn't great, but it's still probably, as far as what I find entertaining as far as the DCEU stuff. Upon us watching it, first thing I was thinking, I was like, it might be number 2, probably for the thing that I will watch the most. I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent, because everybody's always like, yeah, Wonder Woman was so good. I don't watch Wonder Woman at all. Right. And even for the fact,
but I mean, there are other good movies that a nigga don't watch often, though.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's a fact. It's just like, it's like people talk about The Godfather or The Godfather 2, and they talk about, oh yeah, there's such great classic movies. I've only seen both of them shits once. But Casino, Goodfellas, The Departed, those are also
something about Goodfellas is like, nigga, I will watch that shit every day.
But that's what I'm saying. Those are also very critically raved movies, Oscar-winning movies that I have watched multiple times. So it doesn't have anything to do about whether or not if it's good or not. There are some things that are just aesthetically more pleasing than other stuff. And so that's what I'm saying. So for me, I could definitely have the Suicide Squad on in the background, enjoying. Shazam is my other one, but everything else is kind of like, whatever. I can kind of take it or leave it at times, but they have their place.
Okay, so see, this is the thing, right? Like, where the 2016 Suicide Squad had its issues, right?
Right.
This one traded some of those for other issues for me. For example, like I said, they both have the faceless army for the team to fight. That's whatever. We just got it in a different way in this one. But in getting that, we also got the trope of whole army is stopped when you take down the mothership.
Right.
Whack. I don't like it.
But again, if you're going to make that argument, and I'm sure Stu is waiting to roast you about this. If you are going to make that argument, you are going to have to walk away from Avengers 1 and say, yeah, whack. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to stand on that hill, die on that hill, after you just said that, knowing full well, once it was taken out, the Shatari all dropped like that? So it's whack if the Suicide Squad did it, but it's okay with you in the Avengers. Like, my nigga, you gotta...
No.
Go ahead.
Here are your differences. In this, because this is the thing, like, I'm trying not to overdo the information in spoiler territory type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's making this difficult to get my point out. But with the Avengers, by comparison to this, in that final scene in New York, we got dope ass character moments through that battle, which were lacking severely here. Polka Dot Man had a very small but dope moment, short-lived in this. Idris Bloodsport.
I actually think he had a couple, now that I think about it, because I can think of two different things Polka Dot Man
I'm talking about in the final big battle comparison.
Well, I'm kind of lumping it all together because that was all third act stuff.
I feel you.
The two things that I'm thinking about.
Okay.
The one that I know that's obvious, like I said, that I thought was pretty funny, the bigger one at the end, and then the other one before that was also very significant as well. but that was all. Like I said, that was all third act.
I feel you. It's just like what they did over in Marvel by comparison. Them shits once they got to the Faceless Army fight, the intensity and the action just continued to go up. With the Suicide Squad, it kept going up and back down again, and up and back down again, and that shit was just like the Faceless Army didn't actually feel like any threat at all in this. They just was walking up to them niggas slowly.
I'm going to argue with you on that strictly because of the fact that when you say that about Avengers, I don't fully agree with that, because when I go back to watch Avengers now, that whole Chitauri shit is not very interesting to me, other than the only thing I can think of is just what Thor and Hulk on the Sky Rider thing.
You do.
And by the time all I'm waiting for is Loki to get blasted to land back in the Stark Tower to run into Hulk.
What I'm saying is, okay, so look.
But everything
final scene, everybody lands in place. You get the 360 circle around shot.
That shit is
say what you want. That shit was hard. It was hard.
It was hard for 2012.
Exactly though. So if that was hard in 2012, you gotta, if you're gonna do something similar, you gotta either match it or beat it. In 2021, you got plenty of shit to pull from.
I get you.
Are we gonna give it for all the praise that this nigga get? Like I expect you to raise the bar or meet it. I don't feel like this did that.
But I like I said, that 360 shit is cool, but the
360 shot was dope.
It's iconic for the sake of being iconic under the circumstances. But
for sure,
I think it was more of the novelty of that being iconic than it was for anything else. That's why it doesn't sit with me to this day to be like, yo, that was like the part for me. Because I'll tell you honestly, that was like one of the things that for as much as people talk shit about Age of Ultron, when I initially saw Age of Ultron, I was a little bit more entertained by that just because of the fact that I didn't have to sit through all of the setup. The team was already together. Mm-hmm. They were going through their thing. That's the one thing that I usually don't like origin films so much, because of the fact of waiting for the setup, because it's few and far between that they're always not boring all the way through. So that's why I said for me, 360 doesn't really do anything for me. Hulk and Loki never gets old.
Hulk and Loki never gets old.
Never gets old.
Cap telling Hulk to go smash and then him doing so was fire as well.
Sorry.
Hulk socking out the giant fucking in the street, and that motherfucker fishtailing up.
Okay,
fire.
I'll give you that.
I'm saying there are definitely more moments out of that, even with a couple of miscellaneous characters that ain't really got no fucking powers. Like the shit that was fucking me up in this shit, like Harley basically was a fucking superhero in this shit, dog. No, though. She's just a crazy bitch.
Yeah, but
nigga, she was dismantling like rooms full of military trained officers and soldiers by herself in a dress.
I get it, but again, you're now going against the grain of you. You know why that was. So you're going against the grain of this.
But that don't make it okay.
I'm not saying it makes it okay, but I'm saying again, if you know why it is, I'm not giving it extra points. I'm saying it's just as whack as Jennifer Lawrence running around in 2 extra X-Men movies that I didn't need to see her whack ass in.
Which was whack.
Right, but it's the same thing. You're a star. Okay, we're going to go ahead and beef this person up, but it's like, yeah, I ain't with either one, but I'm not looking at, like, I know obviously for what Stu said is that Stu liked that scene for her without getting spoilery.
I'm not even saying that, I'm not even saying that it wasn't dope. Right, it was just like,
I thought it was okay. I mean, I thought it was cool. I was fine with it.
Like this bitch can't be that good, fam.
But again,
like, and it's one thing if she would have took down a couple motherfuckers, but to clear the whole building, I was like, nah, without even getting a scratch, nigga.
I understand, but she's the star, so you gotta give it leeway to be like, if you're the star, you're going to get star vehicle shit. It's almost like in the same way I always trip on, I remember supposedly Stan Lee said this, and I think I saw whatever clip, but I don't remember. Stan Lee was like, every time somebody always asked him like, yeah, who will win in a fight between so-and-so and so-and-so? And he would be like, whoever the writer says, because it's true as fuck. Whoever the writer says is going to be whatever, like whether it's you in your mind or whoever, whatever outcome you write on that paper or you type out, whatever you do, that's going to be the winner in whatever way you logistically put that out there. So again, I understand that you don't love it, but she's the star and she's not going to have her ultra super star moments if she's the star of the movie. You ain't going to avoid that. So I'm okay with letting that ride, knowing full well that we know why it's there.
Yeah. But it's just, do we have to like it?
You don't have to like it, but again, I just think that your argument it doesn't stand as solid as you would like it to based on the other things that you like that are pretty much the exact same thing. You make exception for one, and then you say, nah, I ain't with this over here.
It was Avengers, dog.
It was like you saying, I'm not, but nah, I shouldn't even go there. Cause I was going to be like, it's like saying you like Blaine Edwards, but you can't accept Antoine Merriweather. Like it's the same thing. But just because you don't like the one having the little hat with the little piece of hair coming out, you're like, no, I don't like that. That's going too far. It's like, it's the same thing.
No, I think I have to, you know what? We're trash. Let me just quick get this in and out. Why don't we have hated it on this board? Because we're trash. I told you. See.
Well, I mean, I didn't think about that. I mean, I don't know how that works. You would have wanted the logistics. I'm not that guy.
I know. Man, listen. Again.
Oh. Talking about the soundboard. My bad.
Yeah. Why ain't been thought of that?
Well, maybe because we do have other stuff that does still say the same thing in a way.
Pretty much.
So that's why. So yeah, it is what it is.
You're right. Okay, so with Avengers, first time that we got that makes a very big difference. Suicide Squad giving us the team fighting the faceless army in the middle of the city and shit. At this point, this is like the 28th time we've gotten it. And if you're going to keep on giving us the same shit, I expect it to be stepped up if you're going to give us the same shit, because you had the free reign to do what the fuck you wanted to do. And that's not what we got out of like that. Like, I wonder what made him go that route when he didn't go that route with Guardians.
Guardians was a totally different setup. You could say that with all of the spaceships that they were fighting when they were on, Nova Prime. Practically the same thing, except they were just in the sky.
That was 2, though.
No,
right?
First one.
What was that? The first one?
Yeah, first one. Because remember when they was trying to hold Ronin's ship back.
Right.
So that's still a bunch of other ships, faceless ships.
Then they got to their actual final battle against Ronin, and it was.
But basically, that's the exact same thing. You know, like you're talking about faceless army. Faceless army is just something you're not going to be able to avoid. There's always going to be some version of it. Unfortunately, I would rather people didn't do it. Period.
Right.
But because of the fact that if they are, I'm not really going to nitpick about the fact that this one was good versus some that may have done it better, only because that even the ones that were done better, I'm still not that enthused by. Perfect example. In Wakanda and Infinity War is the one part that I wish I could skip, other than by the time that Thanos shows up. I wish I could lightweight skip all of that. It has some moments, but that's where it kind of goes for me. As soon as they start the big battle, no condom forever. And Nick, I don't care about you fighting a big faceless army.
But see, this is but nobody's giving that credit.
How are they not? Just in the fact that people just love that movie.
Because everything else was so fire. But this is the thing though. You gotta consider that's true. But you gotta consider within that though. So okay. My question. All right. I'll frame this with a question. In the Faceless Army final boss battle in the Suicide Squad, was there a fire standout moment? Like, was there a Thor arrives on Earth with Stormbreaker moment?
Nah, but when you put that up against every other Faceless Army moment, that was really the only moment. I mean, it's not like, again, Avengers doesn't quite have that. It's just Infinity War did.
Yeah, Infinity War. But again, Avengers was low key the first one though. So it's the exception because it was the first.
I would say we need to do some research on that because that doesn't feel factual. Like even if I understand we're talking MCU.
I'm talking modern. I'm talking modern superhero movies. None of the Batmans have had that. That would have, you know what I'm saying, just in general.
Well, I guess I'm applying it more to even outside of superhero movies, just in the sense of like there's always situations where there's a faceless army coming at you kind of thing. Like even in smaller scale, when you look at like Aliens, it's still faceless army of the same thing and them having to deal with it. But Aliens was more claustrophobic in the fact that they were really contained in. So yeah, that horror element with the action made it a little bit different. But I'm just saying, I'm thinking with the trope, we really would have to look at that overall to see people who've done it. But I get what you're saying, but I'm not really willing to make that stance about that in that way. Just because, like I said, I know Avengers holds kind of a bar, but again, to me, Avengers holds more of a bar only because of the fact that, just like you're saying, because it was the first situation to do something that had never been done.
Right, so it's not so much tropey at the point where everything that comes after it did the same thing. It's like, come on, fam, that's weak. Like, because by the time we got to Ultron, niggas was that was a part of why niggas was salty about Ultron, what they disliked about Ultron. Aside from, you know, whatever deviations from the story and not having it be exactly how they wanted it to be, there was the fucking faceless Ultron clone army, which is like, it was like, all right, well, we kind of had this in the first one. That's not exciting.
Right, but then they did a rinse and repeat forever after that and every other thing too. So it's like, but when have you been impressed with another one after?
No, but the thing was, I felt like, because like you said, it's one of those things that's kind of unavoidable. It absolutely facts. Jay Stu said Hulk showing up in Avengers was also like a Thor's return when the nigga pulled up on the motorcycle and then hit niggas with the my secret is I'm always angry.
Yeah.
Wonderful, dog. Wonderful. But like I was saying, like the
so that was 2012 and then to 2018. So it's like,
right.
And so all the movies in between, then just saying that's like, you know, the one was the other was Illmatic. That's a like, that's a one hell maybe 10-year average, nigga.
I feel you, but this is what I'm saying though. It was at the point where you kind of realize that once you got a team of super powered individuals, you kind of need cannon fodder. Like you need motherfuckers to understood. But what Marvel did with that was make it less focused on them and build up more of the movie surrounding that to minimize that portion of it, that unavoidable portion. I feel like it was that fight was a huge chunk of what that third act for Avengers was by comparison. And it was very similarly the same with Ultron, but then by comparison with Infinity War, that shit was a very minimal part of the grand scheme of that movie. And by the time we got to Endgame, it also was, I mean, it was a huge battle, but it's still the faceless army portion was still a small part of the movie.
I don't know about that with Infinity War. Infinity War, that army fight was like half of that third act, because it was either them on Titan or them in Wakanda.
It felt like, thinking back on it, it feels fairly insignificant. It was there, like it was there.
It took up enough of the chunk of that, because even I'll give you another example. Okay, now I thought of something else that does hit that, where I'm saying it's not superhero movies. Return of the Jedi. Ewoks fighting fucking stormtroopers. Faceless army. Third act.
For sure.
I would love to skip all of that shit.
Yeah, but we talking about the 80s.
But my point is, the trope is there.
But
there's nothing new.
But the thing is, it happened then, and you have to think about it to find that moment. By comparison to, we can point that out in like 10 movies over the past 10 years.
Yeah, but I'm saying we're still freestyling this. That's why I said that didn't feel factual to me when you said it, just based on the fact that I didn't have time to research this. We're talking.
No, I feel you. I'm saying in our modern day superhero movie era, like let's say starting back at like X-Men 1 and coming up to now, in this 20-year span, they was the ones that got it popping like that.
In a way, but we could even argue that if that was going to be the case, it's like X-Men: The Last Stand, when they were busy fighting all them other supposedly between soldiers and mutants that you don't remember, all in that big ass fight. It's all the same shit.
I feel you.
And again, you know what? I'm wrong. There was one other part that I would say in like the big faceless army fights that probably was absolutely super fucking awesome that we completely missed. It was the gathering of the lady superheroes in Endgame. Sexist.
Some bullshit.
So lady heroes didn't do it for you, huh?
No, man. Look, okay. Hey, look. Like I said, if I'm not accurate in what I'm thinking, then that just tells me that it just must be that I hate James Gunn. I guess it's the only thing. It's the only thing.
I'm not maybe, but again, I'm not necessarily saying you hate James Gunn. It's like you just weren't that impressed with the movie, and that's fine. And all that. I'm just saying, don't try to act like it's so extra trash.
I'm not, but I'm not though, and that's the thing. I'm not. I'm just telling you that these were the issues that I had with it. And it's just like, yo, fuck these niggas. I genuinely feel like there's so much more that could have been done with Starro. I feel like that really could have been dope. Like for that thing to have the mental capacity to be able to fucking do what it does. I feel like that shit should have been much more threatening, much more effective. I feel like there could have been an actual fight. I don't feel like there was an actual fight.
In a way there was, but my argument with that also is just like when we finished watching it and you swear up and down you had no idea that Starro was in the movie.
I didn't though.
My thing is that Starro doesn't do too much more than just that. That's all the fuck he does is just put
and that's some more shit to make me hate James Gunn, because it's like, if that's the case, why would you choose something that doesn't do shit?
Well, I feel
you had the choice though. Like you chose some boring shit.
I mean, look, don't get mad at me, J Stu. My thing is just like blame DC, nigga. Their characters suck.
But they have the Trinity.
I mean, they may make very great animated things, and they've made a lot of better strides at writing their comics in however many years, recently. But I mean, at the very core, this is why even as a kid, outside the surface level, I never loved DC shit. This is like, I just never liked character designs and everything else that kind of came along with it. It was just always just kind of dumb to me, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not really holding on to that now. I'm just saying, that's part of it, where you're using a character that was created literally, I think, in the 60s. So there's only so much you can expect from that.
That's not true. I don't believe that. I feel like in this modern day, you can take something media that has potential and actually bring out the potential, and I don't feel like that happened. I feel like also it's obvious at the point where this crew of fucking 5 people is trying to thwart your plan, which what is your plan? Like, who the fuck knows? Like at least we knew everybody, all the other villains in all these other movies, we knew they fucking playing. It was just like, this city mine. Okay, like what the fuck? Like what is your villain plan? Like goddamn, like my nigga, like I feel like the trope of the villain telling they plan is some bullshit, but I missed it. I missed not having it in this. Like nigga, what the fuck is the plan? What is the purpose? What is the point? Then you're a fucking building. There are 5 people that are trying to stop you. Squish them and then keep going. Or make the things that you're controlling fucking fight them and not slowly walk towards them. That was weak, bro. Like, I'm not tripping. I know I'm not. Like, I can't be.
I'm not going to say anything else. I'm like, anything that goes on further, I'm just going to let Jay Stu handle you in the chat.
You know what?
I'm beating a dead horse over here, my nigga. Like,
okay.
Good.
Okay, so, you know what? Let's spend the last couple minutes of this episode letting y'all know that this movie was aight. You know what I'm saying? Go see it. Or stay at home and watch it. It cost me 50 cents because I got Regal Unlimited, you know what I'm saying, for my subscription. But I tell you this motherfucking much. I was in this theater with 5 total people, and of the 5 people, the one to the left and the right of me was fucking snoring, my nigga, for a soft 40 minutes apiece of this movie.
They just had long days.
Yeah. And it got longer once I sat down in the theater to watch this movie.
And plus one was probably having a lightweight and weed nap, if I had to guess.
Hey, look, yeah, you probably right about that too, though. Okay. All right.
Because, I mean, it was late as hell for me. I've been up all day, and I had no problem whatsoever making it through that movie. I didn't get sleepy not one time.
I feel you. I don't think I did either, though. All right. So the thing that we're going to wrap this joint up with is what I spoke to Vig about. We are going to start trying to whittle away at the past 10 years and figure out what were the top 10 movies of each year. And then once we've done so, figure out which year was the best in film from 2011 to 2021. With that being said, we're going to start with 2011. I tentatively went through, grabbed all the good Oscar shit, etc., so on and so forth. Vig, if you want to pull up some shit yourself, I have a tentative list right now.
I'm about to say, I have no choice but to, because I definitely didn't prepare for this shit.
Oh, no, it's cool. That's why I did, so we could blow through this quickly.
Well, you can go through that, because it'll probably be something in comparison.
For sure. So, now I didn't put together the 10. I just pulled all the movies that I thought were decent in the year.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. So
I'm sure I can pick from that.
So 2011, we had Bridesmaids, we had Drive, we had Moneyball, Cabin in the Woods, X-Men First Class, The Help, Super 8, Limitless, The First Raid, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Attack the Block, You're Next, The Mechanic, Hall Pass, Kill the Irishman, and Killer Elite.
That's all you got?
You feel free to pull up.
I'm just saying that
2011 movie
sounds
releases.
pretty fucking whack.
Oh, you think 2011 is? Yeah, it's not that.
Oh
high.
no, that's right. My bad. You
2011.
started with 2011.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
My bad. I'm going with thinking it was 2010, but no, still. Well, again, I'm saying 2011 sounds really fucking whack, because that's all you had. Because I mean,
because what I did was I went through the first 200 movies that they had
my thing is this. So
IMDb right there.
So you want me to go on the IMDb one to match up what you're looking at?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
feel free.
I was just looking at a list, just general, and kind of going through. But my point is that out of what I saw, and of course you don't like Thor.
No, I don't. But I'm not opposed to putting it in the top 10 if we think that it's a top 10 movie.
So if we go see, here's my thing. Whatever the fuck, if this is what you pulling up and we going top 10 out of this is a reluctant fucking list, because there is not anything here that's super dope to me. It's like shit that was cool, but it's not on my, oh yeah, I gotta fuck, because I'm gonna say Bridesmaids, and I don't even like Bridesmaids like that. Like Bridesmaids was funny. It had its definitive moments.
For sure.
Shitting in the street is absolutely one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen, like in the last 20 years in comedy.
Yeah.
No issue. But outside of that, there's moments, but it's not like, yeah, that's my movie. Cabin in the Woods, again, like I said, I went to the theater to see that shit, shockingly to you. And again, it's all about premise to me when it comes to horror. So I dug it, but I haven't watched that movie one other time since I saw it in the theater.
Understood.
So again, you can halfway put that in there, and then what the fuck else we got? I mean, I guess X-Men First Class.
Yep, that's in there.
So
this wasn't a great year.
Now for me, even though it's not great quality, but I mean for me, Dark of the Moon makes that list. Transformers Dark of the Moon, people. Just because of the fact that it was redemption for the second.
That was the third, right?
That was the third.
Okay.
Yes, because the second one was complete ass because Michael Bay basically wrote it during the writer's strike.
Right. Dark of the Moon was better, and then it just went to the bottom of the fucking barrel from there going forward.
Yeah.
Until we got back to Bumblebee, which came back to probably
4 and 5 and 6 were basically written with feces at that point.
For sure.
So
Smushed by a toddler finger.
Pretty much.
Okay. Bruh, so many of these joints are bad.
I saw Super 8 in the theater, and I don't remember a damn thing about it other than it was like a darker version of E.T.
Right.
Limitless, I saw. I mean, it was okay, but it's again,
like I said,
whatever.
this is not a hot year. I feel like
your favorite movie, Sucker Punch.
I feel like we low key can eliminate 2011 from the running for the best year.
Hangover Part 2 was not terrible, but it
wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I definitely got some laughs out of it, but yeah, that's where that ship sailed because Jesus Christ. That third Hangover was absolute ass.
Yeah.
All of the Mission Possibles were good except for the second one.
Right.
And I don't remember anything about Ghost Protocol other than I probably watched it, was like, hey, this is cool, but didn't stick with me. I did not watch The Adjustment Bureau. That sticks out to me.
But it wasn't there.
Well, the reason why that sticks out to me is because Matt Damon's character is David Rice, and that's one of my best friends. So it was,
okay.
That's what made that funny.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's I just scrolled through 50 movies and I can barely.
And that's what I'm saying. So, bro, I scrolled through 200, and this is what I came up with. It's not a hot year.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously, this is lightweight trash. Horrible Bosses. Okay.
Yeah. I think my movie of the year is gonna fuck around and be with. I ain't gonna say The Raid, but
I was figuring you were going to say The Raid.
No, actually, Rise of the Planet of the Apes would have been the movie of the year for me.
Really? Because I mean,
it was.
No, see, this is why they made it dumb. I was about to complain about that. The first one should have been Dawn.
Yeah.
The second one should have been Rise.
Yeah, because it was yeah, but it was Rise.
Right.
Dawn,
Rise is the
War.
first one.
Right.
Right. So yeah, Rise was not. No,
Rise was good though, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was good, but yeah, it was not. And I still didn't even bother to watch War yet, even though I know it was good. And I did like, in fact, because we went to go see Dawn together. Because that was the first time that I actually kicked it where Will was involved.
Right. So I would say, Kill the Irishman is high for me.
I mean, technically, Attack the Block is also
I actually quite liked Attack the Block. So,
but I didn't see Attack the Block till probably like 2013 or 14. Though.
Yeah, I didn't see it until like 2017 for real.
No, you know, in fact, I probably couldn't have seen Attack the Block until 2015 because it had to do with them building up the fact that
John
Boyega was
Star
right
Wars.
in it, and I ended up renting it from Redbox.
Got you.
Yep. So I didn't see it until at least 2015. And with the Lincoln Lawyer, I remember watching it. I remember it was cool, but I don't remember anything about it.
I'm telling you, bro.
Well, like I said, I'm already agreeing that this is trash, but it's like if I'm just figuring out 10 things to put on there, and it's like, I don't know. And the only thing that was good about Hall Pass is Alexandria Daddario's titties.
Absolutely. That shit makes me laugh hard. It was funny though.
Yeah, it had its moments. I was expecting so much worse out of it, but Yeah, there ain't a lot here.
like I said. So with that being said, I don't even think we need to bother to whittle down the top 10 for this year. I feel like it's just
okay. If you're gonna do it like that, yeah, that's a good cop out because I'm like, yeah,
I'm saying it's not good enough because I know for a fact 2014 is fucking loaded, my nigga. Like, so that's really the one that I'm looking forward to getting to in a few episodes. But with that being said, is there anything else that we need to cover on today's episode?
No, because we spent the whole fucking. We basically have a goddamn the Suicide Squad episode here, so nah, I ain't forcing shit.
Yeah, we skipping 2010 because we going 11 to 21.
Right. Yeah, if you're just doing the last 10 years, or because I didn't know if you were just doing it based on the actual decade. Well, I guess that still would be arguable because it would still be
because 2020 kind of didn't exist though.
0 to, well, I guess.
And we ain't through this year yet. Technically,
it was the longest 5 years of my life.
Factual though. All right, so
I'm losing my splooshiness. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Right. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it wasn't quite
coming at you live on W Balls.
Yeah, W Balls, the biggest balls on earth. We got some new Snoop Dogg for you right here. So go downtown, bitch, and you know what I mean when I say go downtown, because you're listening right here. This is DJ Easy Dick right here on W Balls.
DJ Easy Dick is the funniest shit ever, bro. All right, man, listen. Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about Suicide Squad, okay? We try to break it down. That did send us into talking about these weak-ass tropes that happen when it comes to the big movie team-ups and your squads against the faceless armies, etc. Look, watch the goddamn movie. Don't take my word for it at all because I'm starting to think that two things are happening. One, I think I have movie COVID because I just cannot taste nothing lately. They're just not, these things have not had flavor for me. And I've been watching shit and I'm just not getting it. So maybe that's just your boy.
Well, anyway, regardless of the fact, I mean, we don't generally tell anyone to not go see anything. You see.
Yeah, and that's what, and I'm trying to make sure that they understand.
Right.
To not be like, I'm not gonna watch it because Watts said no, like nigga, because I ain't telling you that. I'm just telling you, for me, shit ain't work.
Yeah,
and that's
you watch
just
whatever you want, and you take whatever you want to take out of whatever we're saying. And yeah, if we didn't give you a shout out to Peter Nerd,
my G. So yeah, as always, man, y'all can catch us on Saturdays. Y'all can subscribe to the channel. It supports the gang, helps us keep the lights on, even when we at somebody else's crib. Like today. Also,
yeah, we're right here in the sandbox.
We are in the sandbox.
Yeah, to make sure I mention that, like motherfuckers is coming here.
Now listen, don't worry though, because I after spending a little bit of time down here, I like what he got going on. So I'm definitely about to make some alterations at the crib. So y'all will see the set switching up real soon. It's about to happen, player. Now, of course, like I said, if you watching on Twitch, subscribe to the channel. It's only $5. If you got Amazon Prime, they'll pay for that shit for you. So you subscribe for free, and it pays the gang. Help your boys. We out here trying to get a little bit of that here Skrilla, dog. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we appreciate y'all tapping in, tuning in. If you listen to us on the streaming services, that's dope. We appreciate you. Like, share, send a comment, pass this on. Let your homies hear the pod. Wherever you get it into your ear portals, we are there. And that includes Apple now because they decided to stop being hoes. You feel me? Outside of that, questions, concerns, comments, show topics, send them bitches over to us at blerdsandclips@gmail.com. As always, I am the bearded one himself, Chendrick Lamar, Chenjamin Franklin. I go by the name of BKA Watson. That's where you can follow me everywhere, sitting here with my partner.
I'm your mama's favorite side piece, the award-winning Vigatron.
This is fantastic, man. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll catch you motherfuckers next week, dog.